Hey everybody, welcome to another exciting episode of NC-17. My name is Josh, and today we have legend. This dude has been in well over 100 movies. He's an award winner twice now. We have the one, the only, the legendary Jesse L. Green. How are you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing good. I don't know there's anybody out there that would want to beat me, so that's why I'm the only one.
That's right.
So
uh
yeah, it's good to be back. I know
oh
we've
yeah.
had communications over the last couple months about an upcoming movie, but good to be back on the podcast.
Oh yeah. It you're always welcome here, you know that. So before we kind of get into all the groovy details of what you got coming up and stuff like that, kind of just walk us from the last time you were on the show to now, because you had some pretty big things happen. Let's talk about that new feature you got coming out. It's called Black Sheep.
Black Sheep, yeah. I was just kind of a glorified extra in that, but I was in several scenes. I was there 2 days shooting last weekend, and gonna be a fun movie. It was a professional set, professional crew. I have to admit, all the actors and actresses were. When I was sitting on the sidelines, I didn't see a lot of screw ups. Everybody knew their parts, and that's what I love about making movies. Is I pretty much show up on set ready to work.
Yes.
And but there's so many people out there, especially in the indie film business, that I don't think takes it takes that serious of a look at it, you know.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, because when I show up, I know my lines. I'm not saying that I don't screw up, but I know my lines,
Oh yeah.
and I know proper etiquette on sets. And so it was a fun set to fun shoot to just sit back and watch these people work.
Oh yeah.
Especially, I think um, a movie coming up with you, uh, Shonda is going to be in it.
Yep.
Excellent, excellent actress. I've worked with Shonda 3 or 4 times now, and Black Sheep is her first starring role. And oh man, she nailed it. She nailed it.
Oh yeah.
So I'm thinking Black Sheep might be her catapult.
Oh, okay.
So but she's that good. So yeah, if you can snag her and get her in the movie, it'll be a real asset.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And out there she plays Bobby Joe. Uh, and you and her do, I can tell you, I will confirm right now, you and her actually do have a couple scenes together because the whole group comes to they come to the hotel where you work at.
Yeah. Oh, sweet,
You
sweet.
know.
I love working with her. She's just um you can't be in a bad mood around Shonda.
Oh yeah.
Just her smile will just pull you out of the dungeon and make you feel good. So
Oh yeah.
yes, that's good. So hope that works out when we get around to shooting your movie.
Oh yeah. Uh so if you can a little bit without spoiling anything, just kind of give us a little bit of a synopsis of what Black Sheep is and yeah, well, just don't spoil nothing.
I don't know.
Uh,
I don't know. I have my suspicions of what it is, but I really don't know. I wasn't privy to the script because, like I said, I was just a glorified extra,
oh
and
yeah.
so the speaking lines I have in the movie were just ad libbed.
Okay.
So I didn't really see the script. That's kind of one of my known traits is I don't. Anna Key was different because I was in the whole movie.
Yeah.
But if I'm only going to be in a couple scenes, I don't read a lot of the movie. And
Oh
what
yeah.
I'll do is I know in your movie I'm going to be in a couple scenes, but and I'll ask you, is there any, I would think my character, just knowing what my character is going to be and all that, I don't need to know anything that's happened previous,
No.
you know?
Yeah.
But I'll ask the director or the writer, is there anything I need to know, even though I'm only doing two or three scenes? Is there anything I need to know that happened in the movie before? Because I don't read a lot of, it's not my business. If I'm not in those scenes, it's not my business. And then when I go see the premiere, I'm seeing a movie for the first time. In fact, I've
Oh,
been on some. I did a movie. Oh man, a movie for Dave Kerr. It was the first camp.
Killer
What's his?
Campout.
No, that was Brad Twigg.
Oh yeah.
Bloody Summer Camp.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I went down. He called me. I went down, shot my scenes, and it was real limited crew there. And he said, uh, not to talk about, not to tell anybody about my scene. And so come to find out, and I didn't know where I fit in. I didn't know the story. I just knew that little window. And I go to see the premiere and I'm sitting there watching the movie. I'm watching the movie and I'm like, I don't even see how I'm going to fit in this movie because my son is is not in the movie, you know, the whole
Yeah.
movie. And what it is I'm only in I'm like don't want to give anything away, but I'm in a situation in the movie where the movie ends and you think you know what happened. And then my scene comes in and it completely flips the movie around.
Okay.
And um but I go to the premiere and I'm like, oh man, because I asked Dave beforehand. I said, did I make the cut? Because you never know when you're only going to do one or two scenes. I tell people that just getting into the movie business, especially if you're an extra, uh, you may not want to go around bragging to your friends that you're in this movie until you see it. Because if you're an extra, you can be cut like that.
Oh yeah.
And so I asked Dave probably when I went to the premiere, I said, am I in the movie? And he goes, oh, yeah, your scene's in it. Well, I'm sitting there watching the whole movie, and the movie appears to end, and I'm like, I'm not in it. And then all of a sudden, I show up, and like I said, it was a small part, probably 5 minutes of movie, something like that. But it was a real uh, a real change in the movie of what you thought happened really didn't happen.
All right.
That's all I can say. That's all I
All
can
right.
say. I don't want to ruin anybody because it was a good movie and you need to go see it so you know what the you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
But I went to see a premiere of a movie called World War II Operation Phoenix. And a friend of mine, I'd seen him on set when I was on set. And I talked to him before the movie, and we watched the movie, and I walk out to the lobby, and I didn't even think about it. I walk out to the lobby, and he goes, "You cut my fucking part." He said they just, and he wasn't really an extra. He was a minor role, but he wasn't an extra.
Oh
And
yeah.
he goes, "They cut my part," and so you don't know. I mean, I knew in Anarchy I wasn't going to get cut from Anarchy. I would have got
Right.
cut from Anarchy, it would have been a 10-minute movie.
Oh yeah.
But you never know. You just go in, do the best you can, and get your fingers crossed. You know.
Oh yeah.
And I've been in now as long as what I've been in the movies, I kind of have a pretty good idea that if I'm in a movie, may not end up with a whole lot, but I'm going to appear in the movie.
Oh
You
yeah.
know.
Oh
But
yeah.
If you're just starting out, don't go bragging to your friends. I know years ago, 37 years ago now, when I did the movie Sweet Dreams with Jessica Lange and Ed Harris, I went when it premiered, I went to see the early premiere before I took anybody because I thought I was going to be in it, but I didn't know to what extent because I played a bartender in a bar scene and didn't know if I was going to be cut or not. Fortunately, I wasn't. Uh, Ed called me by name in the movie, so it ended up good. But and you just don't know, you
Oh
know.
yeah,
You're on the cutting room floor, and
oh yeah. But I mean, it happens with a lot of people too, because I've seen a lot of movies. Like people I've talked to have said, "Hey, I filmed this scene in this movie," and so I'll purposely watch the movie just because someone said that,
yeah.
and then they're not in, and I was like, "Huh, deleted scene or not going to make the deleted scenes neither." So,
Well, and sometimes I was an extra in last night at Terrace Lanes, and I just went down that day. It was shooting in a town next to me. I went down, signed up. I was an extra. That got me my role in the Jesters. So if you're serious about the acting business, um, and I'll still well, I just did last weekend. I'll still take on extra roles. You
oh
know,
yeah,
I just love being on movie sets and watching how it's done and meeting new people and just shameless self promotion. But to anybody starting out in the movie business, just go be an extra in as many movies as what you can because every movie set you're on, you're gonna learn something.
oh
And
yeah,
you never know when that director is gonna, for whatever reason, because of your look, because of where you're standing, um, because somebody didn't show up, they may say, "Hey, come over here. We want you in this." And
oh yeah,
that may be your break to get a line or so in a movie.
oh
And
yeah,
then, it goes on from there.
yeah. Uh, so let's touch up a little bit on Anna Key. I have to say, I'm well over watching it 30 times. I'm not even lying. I've seen it a lot. Like my wife watched it. Actually, my wife watched it more than she likes to admit. She's like, she normally watch one movie 2, 3 times, then let it go
Yeah.
for a year, and then watch it again. But I think she's upwards to six because every time she's watched it with me. I've had people
Okay.
here, showing it. And phenomenal movie. I
Thank you.
mean, top to bottom, everything was just superb. And I 100% say that this probably, in my opinion, is definitely one of the best movies I've seen this year. I'm saying in the top three, and I've seen a lot of movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, uh, but unfortunately, I ain't the sole proprietor of coming up with who wins awards. Because if I was, trust me, it would have won movie of the year. But
2-1. Well, and we knew going into it, um, because our base in this area is horror based,
yeah,
and we knew going into it, making a movie like Anna Key, um, we might not get all the support, and we didn't from the horror community, which I don't understand. I support everybody's movie, whether it's my cup of tea or not my cup of tea, because I have friends involved. Now, don't get me wrong. There were people in the horror community who backed Anna Key, but there were a lot of people who shunned it simply because it wasn't a horror movie, and that's okay. That's okay. But and somewhere up here, I got the names stored. You know, but there were a lot of people that backed it, and it's won. Well, I've won, but now four Best Actor awards for Anna Key, and I think the movie itself, nationally and internationally, has won five or six Best Movie awards. Uh, Amanda won for Best Director. Russell won for Best Supporting. Abigail won for Best Actress. So it's been, I think it was something like 32 awards. It won just the screenplay.
Oh yeah.
So it's got a bunch of awards, and I don't know what's going to happen. We were talking earlier. Because a change in lifestyle. I'm gonna start going after bigger roles. Wherever it may be, New York, Atlanta, L.A. I'm willing to travel, and so I don't know what the future holds, but I think Anna Key will always be my signature movie. I'm so proud of that. Um, I'm proud of everybody involved. It was an awesome cast. I think everybody that was cast in it was just perfect for their part. It was just perfect. Abigail uh, is probably, well, I don't want to say it. She's probably one of the very best actresses that I've worked with. I don't want to say the best because then somebody's going to come up and go, "Oh, you didn't." She's definitely top three. There you go. Then that leaves room for two other people so they can assume, yeah, I'm in there too. But she was theater trained, and oh my God, she helped me so much. A lot of what you saw me as Danny um, was because of her help.
Oh yeah.
She we went through different emotions and how scenes should be set up and act toward each other. And so she taught me a lot from her theater training. She said the one thing I taught her was in theater, you start the production and you go through and you end the production. The thing that I taught her was in making a movie, it may be possible you shoot the end scene first. And that's completely different than theater, you know?
Oh
And
yeah.
so didn't realize it to them, but I guess there's a real talent to being able to shoot movies out of sequence and react or act to stuff that you may not have even shot yet.
Oh yeah.
You know, I know I was telling you if I only have small scenes, I don't read the rest of the script.
Yeah.
I don't. It's um, none of my business. Or I might skim through to maybe get the idea of what's going on, but if I'm just a couple scene person,
Oh yeah.
and then when I go to the premiere, I'm seeing a brand new movie.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And just so everyone knows, with the film not there, when it is done and ready to be put out, we will have a full weekend run at the NJR by my house here in Michigan, and anyone is more than welcome to come to it. But I do plan on having a cast and crew only showing, either through Zoom, or if we all can somehow meet somewhere, that too. But the thing with, I agree with you. Like, you always want to be surprised with what you're getting, you know.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, and I will tell you though, and I don't want to give away too much, but I will tell you that in Not There, your character plays a pivotal point in the film. That's all I'm going to say.
do I die at the end?
No.
Good.
Actually, I could.
That's always a key thing in horror movies is find out if you die in the movie. Because if
Oh
you
yeah.
don't die in the movie, you're open for two, three, four,
Oh yeah.
however many movies gets made.
Right. And this is a planned trilogy, so I mean, you never know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Uh, but let's go into kind of like your because you said you've won Best Actor 4 times now. Uh, if you'd like to,
Actually, five times.
oh, five.
I won
Sorry.
another best. I won another best actor for my short, reminiscing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. If you want to go a little bit into those, because for those who are watching are going to watch that don't know which ones you've won, feel free in any order, doesn't matter.
Well, I don't know. I don't know exactly what the name of the festivals are. I know the 401 for best actor in Anna Key. One was in London, one was in Poland, and Atlanta and LA. Yeah. And then the one I won for reminiscing, which was just a short, that was in somewhere in Europe.
Okay.
Not sure where. But
Oh yeah.
speaking of awards, I just found out last night that a short I did, it's called Truffles.
Okay.
Got They applied and got accepted to the again. I'm not sure I got this right, but it's the Cobb Film Festival. It's in Marietta, Georgia, and I was contacted last night that it got picked up to be shown,
Okay.
and I was told to definitely be there for that film festival because a lot of you can hobnob with a lot of casting directors and all from Atlanta, which
Oh
is
yeah.
where I really want to concentrate now is Atlanta. That's why
Oh,
back during the summer I went. It was the second movie I worked for this guy, but I drove all the way down to Charlotte just to shoot one scene in the movie. And my thinking on that is I'm about 9 hours from Atlanta, and Charlotte is like 3 hours from Atlanta. So if I go do movies in Charlotte, there's a good chance that I'm gonna, you know, run into somebody who knows somebody in Atlanta. And and that's a lot of how you get to where you are in this business just by connections.
oh yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I already made plans. My sister lives in Atlanta, and I called her right away and said, "You're going to be around this weekend," and so I'm going to be down there in end of July, I think.
Oh yeah.
So, but
That's
that was actually Truffles was the it wasn't the first movie that Captain Decapitate ever shot, but the first movie I shot hasn't come out. I'm not sure when it's going to come out. So this is the first movie that Captain Decapitate is in, which is, and he's kind of an odd character in this. You know, um, doesn't doesn't really fit into this movie, but it works. It works. It's kind of a comedy, kind of
oh yeah.
a comedy, and but it works. So and we're entered into, I guess, in this festival when you enter the movie as a short or a feature, you're um, uh, up for all the awards that goes with a short.
Oh
At
yeah.
a lot of film festivals, you pay to enter your movie, just the movie. Then if you want to enter Best Actor, that's another. So you don't just get all these. This one, it appears to be different. When you enter a feature, you're eligible. The characters are eligible for Best Actor, Best Actors, Best Director, the whole gambit. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, possible Captain Decap. I don't, man. I really don't. I really don't. Yeah, I really, it would be a stretch, but man, Captain Decapitate might win an award. for best supporting actor. But I'd be surprised if that happens. But hey, you know, I was
I mean,
surprised when we entered film festivals and and I won Best Actor awards. That's and I understand that these festivals you gotta pay to enter them. The big film festivals, you got to pay to enter them, and they're if you win a Best Actor award, say for example, it's a group of people's opinion. You don't know how
yeah,
many people. You don't know if a movie wins Best Movie and it's in Poland. You don't know if there was 3 movies submitted. You don't know if there was 600 movies submitted. You know, and thing is you have to look at it. It just doesn't matter. If
oh
you
yeah,
if you win a Best Actor award, you win a Best Actor award.
oh
You
yeah,
know, and so when I won my first one, I was kind of like, oh man, I want to win. I want to win. Um, I was wrong on my numbers. I've won 3 for Anarchy, 1 for um, Reminiscing, and then the Best Actor for NC-17. I won 5 total, so I didn't win 4 for Anarchy. Didn't win 4 for Anarchy. Yeah, I only won 3. But I kind of made a goal. Then I wanted to win 1 national and 1 international. Then that way I can say I'm a nationally and internationally award-winning actor.
oh
So
yeah,
an actress that I met last weekend. She's from England and in LA now. Um, she was saying that they casting directors will look at that on your resume because you know it's kind of if you're in the acting business, you can um, even a squirrel finds a nut every now and then.
oh
So I
yeah,
guess anybody could win 1 acting award. You know, by some, it could be, it could be the Jesse L. Green Institute of Acting Awards.
yeah,
You don't know. But
yeah,
if you win multiple awards, then casting directors will look at that and know that you got something there.
oh yeah,
So, but it's just cool to never thought I'd be in a position to win any acting awards, but I'll take them.
oh yeah,
And then NC-17 just about a month ago graced me with well, it was you told me it was a lifetime achievement award, and that was cool. But then you renamed it to
the
actor of a
actor of a
lifetime.
lifetime. Yep.
That's a little presumptuous, but I'll take it. I'll take it.
Well, so the the reasoning behind the name of the award is because I mean, like, yeah, we see thousands and thousands of movies,
Yeah,
but actors who, and you were right, most of the people who have won an award like that only win it after they've passed.
yeah, yeah,
That was kind of why we changed it a little bit because it was like of a lifetime. Your
yeah,
lifetime's not over, so you get to enjoy this
yeah,
award now. So,
yeah. Well, and
but
if you're gonna, I've never understood, these people, Academy Awards and all that. These actors that put their life into acting, actors and actresses, um, don't ever get recognized, and then all of a sudden they pass and they want to give them awards. What good does that fucking do? You know,
exactly.
look at that. That's kind of like that to me. That's kind of like the Academy going, "Oh, we screwed up, but we'll make up for it. We'll make up for it." That doesn't do that person any good at all. You know,
Oh yeah.
it. but I know when I taped my acceptance speech for that, I said something about getting it. But man, I really uh, getting a award like that was really humbling because I started in this business with no training and just kind of learned as I went. And now to get an award like that, um, it was humbling. It was humbling. But I last weekend I met a filmmaker from out in the Midwest, and I'd never met before, but I had contributed on some of her, movies just to, to help get the movie made. And then she sent me a message after meeting me and said, that um, she was glad to finally meet me and thank me for all the contributions I've done to the indie movie business because, I support any friends' movies. Well, yeah, because they're not friends anymore, so it doesn't. But I support any friends' movies, whether it's my cup of tea or not. Um, and because it's all, I think too many people in this business, but it's like it's it's life. Um, I'm not out there competing with other actors, you know. I
Yeah,
mean, their success, my success doesn't have anything to do with their success, and I shouldn't be get upset because they're succeeding. Now,
yeah,
if they start taking roles away from me, then it's a little bit different. But just because somebody else is having success in the business, I don't understand the animosity. But there are people out there that I know for a fact aren't isn't real fond of me, and a lot of them I'm not real fond of them. But and it's simply because I think that I come into this business and I work my ass off, and I always try to I tell anybody anytime I'm on set, you're going to get 150% of what I can do. Can't
yeah.
guarantee it's going to be, can't guarantee you're going to get a Robert De Niro or a Brad Pitt, but you're going to get 150% of what I can do.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't remember. I don't think I have ever went on a movie set and walked away from whatever I did as an extra or whatever with the feeling that I just mailed it in. You know,
Yeah.
I I gave them the best I could,
Oh, yeah.
and hopefully, well, you all appreciate it. So hopefully, there's other people out there that I wish there was more people like that in the business.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that there's people out there that just take it as working on uh, working on movies is just something that's fun to do on the weekends, and I wish they looked on it more as a business and as a job.
Oh, yeah.
But then again, if it's an escape on the weekend, the last thing you want to do is go into something and you done work 40 hours a week in a job. You don't want to go to another job. But if I volunteer to be in your movie or getting paid to be in your movie, then it's a job,
Yeah.
and I should come in and do the best I can. But there's some people out there that just think they can come in and give you 75% of what they got.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But
I see that sometimes in like some of the movies. It's like, let's take a Brad Pitt, like, you know, Ocean's 8 or 11 or 20 or whatever one
yeah,
he was
whatever.
in.
Yeah. Well, the next
He
next movie coming out will be what are they? What's the catchphrase now for um, that that last Final Destination movie had it.
oh,
Um,
Bloodlines.
Bloodlines. It'll be Ocean's 11 Bloodlines.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Uh
Hey, I have to tell you, I went to see the Final Destination movie,
Yeah.
Bloodlines, and it was it was an excellent movie.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't an Academy Award winner, but man, it was an awesome movie, and
Oh
it
yeah.
was had a good storyline. The actors and actresses were solid, and with any Final Destination movie, the kill scenes are the movie. You know, it's kind of whatever they fill in between. You know,
Oh
but
yeah.
the kills were extraordinary in it. And you know, and I know it's all CGI, but God damn, a movie like that, you gotta have CGI.
Oh yeah.
You can't
Yeah.
have planes chasing you down the street and do that for real, you know?
Oh yeah. What I so to kind of talk about that movie for a minute, like everyone's favorite kill scene was when a guy got sucked into the machine. That wasn't my favorite kill scene. And my favorite scene wasn't even a kill scene, but it led up to a kill scene. Is when they're walking down the street and she's explaining like that ball's gonna hit you and this is gonna happen. And then nothing happens to him, and then all of a sudden the girl goes running, the ball hits her, she falls in a garbage can. I was like, I was so expecting that to happen to him, but when it happened to her, I was like, I like the little twist they did there. So
Well, I like what I liked about it was the little twist of, I don't think you're giving anything away. It's, you know, because it's been in the other movies. These people have to die in a sequence,
yeah,
and they try to break that sequence. And the guy in the that got sucked in the MRI machine,
yeah.
um, he got killed out of sequence because he tried to mess with death.
Yep.
But then at the very end, you thought these two characters were safe because she, oh man, I don't want to give away much. You thought she died and came
Yeah.
back. And then his dad, I guess, was a doctor and said, no, if you were able to be revived, you didn't really die. And then it's like, oh shit.
Oh yeah. That
But
that was that was awesome.
yeah, it was a well written movie, followed the plot the whole way through. And yeah, I like those movies.
Oh
I
yeah.
actually, some years back, I met the, don't know her name, couldn't tell you if he held a gun to my head, but she was the girl in one of the movies. She was the one that got stuck in the tanning bed.
Oh, so
She
there's
was,
two. Uh,
yeah, the blonde. She was a Canadian actress.
Something Chellin or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a different name, but I got to meet her years ago. But
Oh, that's cool. Uh, eh.
yeah, so I'm waiting to hear on a movie from down south. I did my audition, and um, it was the toughest audition that I've ever done. And I hope I get the part. It's only a small part in the movie, but it's I learned that I can cry on cue now. And
Oh
so,
man.
as an actress, actress, yeah. As an actor, man, that's a big coup, you know.
Oh yeah.
And in this sequence, I had to break down during the scene, and then you know, eventually shoot myself in the end. And so it was a real dramatic, you know, gut wrenching scene. So I'm hoping I get it. Supposed to
Oh
find
yeah.
out. I don't know. Did this air right away?
No, about 20 minutes afterward.
Oh,
No.
okay. But I'm supposed to find out tomorrow.
Okay.
So, and I'm hoping I get it just simply because of what it took to what it took to what it's got to do to film that. You
Yeah.
know. So yeah. So I got that coming up. Sometime shooting soon. I'm gonna be. I'm not. I don't think I'm the lead in the movie, but I'm like second tier lead in a movie called man, I had it here. Um, I'll think of it. Start shooting that soon, and yeah, so it's been, and of course your awards, man. I won Best Actor for Anna Key. I won the Actor of a Lifetime. I got an award named after me, the Jesse L. Green Icon Award, where every year I get to name the recipient of that. And my first choice this year was an easy choice. And in this area, Jim Crut is the man. He's the helicopter zombie from the original. So I'm not a real horror fan. The original
Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
Okay, I know there's been so many variations of that, and I know when I first got into making horror movies, they laughed at me because I still have to really think about the difference between Jason and Michael Myers. I know one came out of a lake, one came out of a mental hospital. One of them wears a hockey mask, one of them wears a William Shatner mask turned around, but I have to really think about it to tell you which one is which. And you know, people said, how can you act in horror movies and you don't know a lot about horror? And I go, is that a prerequisite? You really need to know a lot about horror? But Jim was such an easy choice because he's good. He's theater trained years ago, and good actor. Always comes through on every part he's in, and great guy. Has helped me out in my career and has helped a lot of people out in their career in this area. And
Yeah.
so to name the first recipient of the Icon Award to make it Jim was easy. Next year, oh, not going to be so easy because you got to watch who you piss off and who you name. You know.
Oh, yeah. Uh, so I'm glad you brought that up because the Jesse L. Green Award will be a yearly thing. We do hold two, and starting this year, we will be holding two NC-17 awards, one in the middle of the year, one at the end of the year. But the Jesse L. Green Award will be only once a year, so then that way it can kind of live up to the legacy of the award, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But
Well, at least I know something will survive after I die.
well, it'll be there for as long as I'm there too.
Yeah, there you go. So, you know, it's because I heard the old saying that you die two times. You die the day you die, and you die the last time your name is mentioned.
Oh yeah.
And so, hopefully, through movies, through this award, it'll be a long time before I die.
Oh yeah.
So,
Well, the good thing is the other people involved with NC-17 that come up with the winners and decides with me who to put in and everything. They're all in their 20s, so you're gonna live on for quite a while.
whoa, there we go. There we go. My grandkid, well, I don't have, never had any kids. So I'm not going to have grandkids or great grandkids, but
Uh,
my my family line ends with me.
oh yeah.
Well, I guess because I had a sister, and she has a son and a daughter. So I guess the family, does it follow males?
Yep.
Okay, then this branch of the family line ends with me because as far as I know, as far as I know, if I do have any kids out there from my wild younger days, they be so old, it just becoming, they come up and it'd be like, meeting another person. But really don't think so. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I mean,
I guess I'll find out when I die, and somebody will come out of the woodwork to want to inherit my fortune. They
Yeah.
go, hey, Jesse hooked up with my mom when she was 19 years old, and and I got proof here that he was the daddy, and
Oh yeah.
I don't care. That'll just help my name live longer.
Very true.
Oh man, but I really I don't think so.
So let's go a little bit into before we get into not there because I do want to talk about it a little bit. But let's go a little bit into your past year. I know we touched on it the first time you were on, but since then, remarkably, there's been a lot of new subscribers, and just kind of catch us up on how you're doing health wise.
Okay. Um, Back about the middle of November, I had a stroke. And thankfully it was only a mini stroke, but it did for a while take out my right side. Um, and thank God it was a mini stroke because strokes you never know how you're going to come out of them. And I got all my full functioning back. I noticed my handwriting hasn't come back. My handwriting might not ever come back because of the exact motor skills. But I'll take that. I'll take that. Um, so that was in November. So I went through that, and then just as I was starting to recover from that, 'cause it took me a while to get back where I could walk without a walker, and then a cane, and then braces. Um, um, I had to put my boy Marley to sleep, and at the middle of January, and it had only been him and I for 14 years. And the more I read about it, Marley was my soul dog. Um, it was uh, that's about all I can say. That's how close we were. So that was devastating. He was probably I rescued him along the highway for almost 14 years before. And the vet estimated he was 2 years old, so he was around 16. So he lived a good long life and a good happy life. It was like anywhere or any place or anybody that ever met Marley said they'd never seen a happier dog. So I can live with that now that I gave him the best life that anybody could. And I was going through a tough time when I rescued him. So I got a thing right here in my refrigerator, and it says "Who rescued who?" because he saved me, and hopefully I saved him and gave him almost a good 14 years of an awesome life. But doesn't matter if it's 14 or 41. Um, it's never enough because it's like losing a family member or a son because it was just him and I. And I took him a lot of places with me, and I would make decisions on travel and all based on him. And that's why now uh, I got working on my resume as we speak, and I got my reel put together. I'm going to apply for bigger roles in wherever, Atlanta, LA. I don't care. I'll travel as long as they pay me to get there. I'll travel anywhere. But I didn't do that before because I didn't want to leave Marley for that long, especially when he got into later years. But now that he's passed, that opens that up for me.
Yeah.
So um, I'm kind of because I don't think I can get this acting bug out of me. I've talked about different times of quitting, and I probably had a good reason to quit when I had the stroke. But man, I just love this shit so much.
Oh, yeah.
I just love being on set and interacting with people and meeting, you know, creative people.
Oh, yeah.
Um, because I don't go out much. Don't go out, don't go out to hang out at bars or any place because uh, 90%, 95% people are freaking boring and don't understand what I do as an entertainer. They're either kind of good time fans or laugh at me for what I do, and I don't need toxic people like that. And so you go on a movie set, man, you get to hang around with talented new people, and hopefully I can spread some knowledge from my years of experience. But every time I'm on set, man, I learn something new.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I tell cameramen and soundmen and directors, if I ask you why you're doing something, it's not because I'm, excuse me, questioning your ability. I just want to know why you're doing it. Why you setting the camera angle this way, or why you lighten it this way? Because it's as an actor, that's just another little tidbit of information I can have in the back of my mind. Not that I want to go. I did my try at making an 8-minute short, and I was director of that, but there was only myself and two other actors in it. And I said once I did that, I was done with directing. I'm not, and I'm definitely done now. I just want to go back to being an actor.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's as an actor, you can study your lines, show up, do your job, and then leave. I find you get into any more of the stuff, that's where the drama starts.
Oh, yeah.
And it had gotten to the point over the last couple of years where I've talked to other people in the business that just wasn't fun anymore. Because 99.9% of the people out there are most awesome creative people that you're going to find. But man, that 1% of assholes can ruin everything for you.
Oh, yeah.
And but you only get into those decisions when you go beyond acting. If
Yeah.
you stay in the acting phase, you get there, you might have conflicts during how just in your scenes, but it's done that day. You walk
Yeah.
off of that, go back the next day, and you're fresh. And so that's what I want to do. I want to just back it and just do acting.
Oh, yeah.
That's seems to be what I know how to do best, and that's all I want to do. That's all I want to
Oh,
make
yeah.
it easier and make it fun to be on set again.
Oh, yeah. Uh, so speaking of being on set, we kind of you asked me a question earlier about your character and not there. I can confirm, and this is an exclusive. I can confirm.
Exclusive from NC-17. Take it away, John.
Your character does return at this point, at least in part three.
Okay.
So, and it's a
What
little bit
happens?
of a bigger role, but
What happens to part two?
uh, so what's funny is I had the last half of part three written, and I had the first half of part two written.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
kind of like, but you're probably going to make an appearance in part two also
I got
because,
to at least make a cameo too, so
oh
people
yeah,
don't forget my character. Because I got some ideas. I got some ideas for my character that I think you might like.
oh yeah. But your character does return in part three, guaranteed, 100%. So
Okay.
you're at least making it through the entire trilogy, at least until part three.
At least that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
got to get killed off at some point, but you don't like getting killed off in part one. You know?
There's a lot of people who get killed off in part
Yeah,
one,
yeah, yeah.
but let's talk about the because we had a group meeting, so the cast can kind of get to know each other a little bit. Let's talk about the cast, and I don't want to say who you're most excited to work with because they're all excited to, exciting people to work with. But what dynamics are you kind of hoping to get with each person from getting to know them?
Well, I can't really say there's anybody I'm real excited to work with because it's a good thing. I haven't worked with these people before. Um, we did mention Shonda. Um, she'll be the only person that I've worked with before, and that's one of the reasons back when we did the first podcast. I told you I'd be in this movie because I like working with new people. You know,
Yeah.
if you keep showing up in the same area and the same people, it's and that's another thing. You keep showing up and there's the same people in this movie and then your next movie and your next movie, then it in your mind it does start to become like work. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
you're going in, it's the same people. And so I know this. I know last weekend on Black Sheep they had brought an actress in from California. There was a guy there from Texas. Um, and I think as far as characters go, Shonda and one, I'm just talking characters. There's probably only Shonda and two other characters. I don't think any of the main characters that I'd ever met before. A lot of them I knew names, but I'd never met them. And what an exciting weekend! It was like I was like a kid in a candy store, meeting all these new people. So that's what I'm most looking forward to doing your movie is meeting all these people.
Oh yeah.
Same when we did the kind of meet. Um, I was impressed with them. I was impressed with them. I look forward to meeting them, but I can't say who I'm excited to work with because I don't know them.
Exactly.
Wait till the movie's over, and then I'll tell you who I'm excited to work with again.
Oh yeah. Um, but it is a unanimous, like kind of consensus that because there's so many new people, like we got people who this is their first talking role. We got some people who this is their first acting at all, and I think the most exciting part is we've been adding some newer cast members lately because we got to add a different dynamic. But so the all the new, fresh, new people can lean on the people who are established, and you said it yourself. You like to help out people, and especially for the minors and the younger people that are attached to this project, it is so welcoming knowing that yourself and Chloe Lutz and other people who are involved have some knowledge. Caitlin Skinner, I mean, there's people of all walks of life, but everyone seems to be coming together in a unanimous, harmonious way. And it's first off, I'm grateful for everybody who's involved, and secondly, I'm not building just a cast to have in a movie. I'm building people who I would like to, at the end of everything, say I made a whole new friend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And to me, that's the most respect that I can have is say, hey, I'm thank you for being in the movie, but thank you for being my friend. You know,
yeah, yeah.
and
And in this business, it's a lot of it is who you know.
uh-huh.
And if you work in the same area with the same people, um, I don't know how you're gonna expand, you know?
Exactly.
Whereas, whereas, I meet people from California, I meet people from Texas. You never know when they're going to be involved in a project somewhere, and they're going to be looking for, you know, an old character like me. They're going to say, "Hey, I worked with this guy in Maryland," you know,
Yeah.
and yeah, because it's I did a movie. Man, it was last going into fall for a company from Belfast, Northern Ireland. And Olkin and I still can't remember, don't remember how we hooked up. We don't, all of a sudden we had that connection. Don't know if he added me on Facebook, I added him on Facebook. We don't know how it happened. But he was in the US shooting some scenes for his movie in New York and DC and Atlanta, and I shot my scenes at nighttime, pouring down rain, um, outside Washington's Monument in DC. So I'm anxious to see that. I just chatted with him the other day, and may be involved in some more stuff of his over in Belfast. So so that's just how this business works. You know,
Oh,
you
yeah.
and in the thing I was telling you about down south. This person is located in Florida, and we happened to meet on a movie set a couple years ago, and struck up a friendship. And I saw they were casting, and I saw that it was for this older guy that breaks down and commits suicide. And I'm like, yeah, I can do that. And I'll find out hopefully tomorrow. Got my fingers crossed because uh, it's only going to be a small role, one
Oh, yeah.
scene. Well, I guess you can't, once you commit suicide, you can't come back then. So it's only a one scene, but hopefully, if I can pull it off, it's going to be such a dramatic scene that you'll remember it.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, you'll remember it.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll find out tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Find out tomorrow.
So we're kind of coming to the end of the show a little bit, but I'm gonna
Okay.
give you the floor for a couple minutes to plug your socials where people can or cannot reach out to you. It's entirely up to you. Plug where they
Okay.
can see your movies, purchase your movies, and just plug whatever you want to plug, my friend.
Okay. Well, purchasing movies, finally got the DVDs and the Blu-rays from Anna Key. I should have them here to hold up. Um, but they're available. They're 15 for the DVD, 20 for the Blu-ray, and $5 shipping on either one of them. So you can will you put the little thing at the bottom,
I get yeah. When I go to post it, I'll put the in the description. I'll put the
my
with
email
it.
address,
Yeah.
the email address, or uh, but on Facebook, I'm Jesse L. Green or Jesse Green. Long story why I have two accounts. Um, you can find all my what movies I've been in on IMDb. I'm on IMDb as Jesse L. Green. Um, just found out a movie I did. Just found this out yesterday. A movie I did, World War II, Operation Phoenix. Just got. I don't know the specifics of it, but just got picked up by a company who distributes um, um, on airline movies.
Oh.
So World War II, Operation Phoenix will be. I don't know what airlines. I don't know anything, but it'll be running on airline flights. So that's pretty wild.
That
And
is awesome.
I got you know, kind of a glorified extra scene in that movie, but man, I went to see that movie, and again, I was part of a prison break, and you never know. I don't know if we were talking about it on the podcast there before. You never know when you're in scenes like that what's going to turn up on the thing. Well, what was lucky in this movie is I had a white bandage on my head from a head wound, and so I was easy to pick out in the crowd. You know, we formed the gate. I was easy to pick out, and so I'd taken a date to the movie, and so I'm like, yes, there I am. And so they show a couple different scenes, and then all of a sudden, out of the blue, here I am, just my face on the screen, you know, like I'm running. And I'm like, yes, you never know. You know, you don't know, you know. But I know the director and the editor on that, so I'm sure that was a little cookie he threw. But you know, that was kind of fun. But now to think that's going to be be shown on airline flights. That's
Awesome.
pretty freaking cool.
Oh
So
yeah.
we've got a lot of stuff coming up. Got movies that should be coming out. I finished a movie wrap called Sevilla Six that I was in. I actually played two parts in that movie. Um, we got the festival premiere of Truffles. Um, the movie that I'm supposed to be starting here sometime soon. It's called Guts. It's a acronym. Is that the word for? It's GUTZ.
Yeah.
Yeah, Guts. So supposed to start shooting that sometime soon. Um, but yeah, things are looking up. I'm feeling better. I'm probably maybe 85% to what I was. I just don't have, like, I'm here after sitting here talking, probably gonna go take a nap as soon as this is done. I don't have the stamina that I used to have.
Oh
And
yeah.
I'm sure some of it is from the stroke. Um, they put me on Ozempic and I'm down about 40 pounds. So I just don't eat. So I'm sure I'm not getting the nourishment that I should have. Um, and it could be a function of being almost 75 years old. You know, maybe a combination of the three, but I'm not used to not having. Now I can go full steam for a couple hours and then it's like, I need a nap.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So that's what I'll be doing as soon as I get done here.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I want to say thank you, Jesse, for coming back on and gracing us with your presence. We are honored. I am
Okay.
honored. Uh,
Thank you.
we oh, trust me. Anytime you can come on, I know we're gonna have fun because you're a genuine person, and I 100% thoroughly enjoy talking to you. So,
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I
uh,
enjoy being on your podcast. We'll have to do it again when your movie gets closer.
yeah. Oh
Maybe
yeah.
maybe once I've shot my scenes, then we have something to talk about.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah. I mean, most definitely. But whenever any of your movies come out, man, if you want to come back on to talk, you're more than welcome to. So,
Okay, well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that offer.
oh yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna say again, thank you. Huh?
I
Uh,
didn't say
uh,
anything.
sorry, I'm hearing stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry, but no, I just want to say thank you, Jesse, for coming on. You've been a true legend. You're going to continue being a true legend, at least in my eyes. And yeah.
Anytime I need a boost in my ego, I'll just call you.
Hey, it works.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna let you go so you can go get some
Okay.
rest. And
Go get a nap.
everybody, until next time, stay NC-17.
Okay, and thanks for watching.
Oh yeah.